Are you ready to take the stage today? Yes. Are you ready to be videoed? Are you ready to be recorded and put on the net in all your glory?
You are.
I always am, darling. Whatever, right? So today we're going to share. We're going to go through the pitch. We're going to go and take turns in doing the pitch on stage. Then we're going to talk about how to create desire, how to sizzle your prospects into doing this business today. To do that, you're going to make lots of mistakes. Don't worry. Mistakes are good because you learn from mistakes, yes or no? Yes. Right? So we will point the mistakes out to you and we will encourage you when you're doing well. And if you do really well, you can stay on the stage a few hours and do it. Sound good? Yes. Oh, not so good then, right? Not so good then, right? So, did anyone role play last night? Yes. So what is slide 3 script? Before we do all that, what did you learn yesterday that was the most powerful thing for you?
We learned about the open questions, open-ended questions, how to close, time down, tie down.
So that was was that powerful for you?
Yes, it is.
Yes, why?
Because then you know how to gauge when your potential customer is interested.
Okay, so give me a tie down, a trial close, and an open question.
I'll start off with the open question.
Yes, good.
So what do you think, how would you think this business would benefit you? So open question, right?
Yeah.
So would it be good if you had the opportunity to do so, if you were given a chance?
Yes.
So how would you then create that potential?
Yeah.
Right? So that person will agree with me? Yes, that's good. So wouldn't it be good? It would be, right? Wouldn't it?
Yes, I like it! Love it! Well done! Cool, I like that. Fantastic. What about you, Sally? What's the most powerful thing for you yesterday?
I think all the different types of questions taught me that I can actually lead the client to think a particular way. You know, so I can have control of the conversation.
Yes, you are now a magician.
Whereas before it was no idea.
Yes.
Those questions give clarity.
Yes. That's right. And they're not manipulative, they're actually open questions. So you're actually asking people to participate. You're not forcing them. That's the great thing with questions. If you don't ask any questions, you're really forcing a pitch out of your mouth that people don't want to hear. So you've got to lead and ask, lead and ask, lead and ask. And sometimes you are going to get negative responses. That's what you want. You actually want to create negative responses. You've got to invite them to bring up all their concerns and their mindset to you so you know how to handle that particular type of personality. You're going to learn this week that people have different personalities when they buy. There is a buying process. And everyone's buying process is different because of their experience in buying products. In their lifetime, people buy in different ways. And you've got to find that out when you're presenting to people. Okay? What else did you learn yesterday that was powerful for you? Now, Martin is the most experienced sales guy here, other than me, probably. So I've heard.
Really?
Yes. A lot of people, mate.
Wouldn't it be good? No, anyway.
See?
I think actually really important just to re-emphasize how important it is to paint pictures.
Yes.
Because if you get in touch with people's senses, it makes a much bigger impression than simply just talking at them or even talking to them.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the part of the script where you're talking about sitting in a racing car for the first time, you're in touch with fear, you're in touch with emotions, you're in touch with smell, you're in touch with taste. All those things come into play and they paint a really powerful picture. And it really gets people involved. I think it's important we do that, or we all do it, when we're in the middle of a script, because it makes it real, it brings it to life.
Yes, well said. And the thing is that most people forget to do that or are too lazy to do that. And that's why people don't succeed, because they're not prepared to do the things that you need to do to get to the edge and get to the top of what you want to do. And, you know, Martin is right. The creating a picture, painting a picture, It's something that you can all do, you just have to learn how to do it. And the more you do it, the more better you get, the more confident you get doing it, the better feedback you get doing it, and people start asking you more questions because you're getting the desire level to increase. Now, would anyone like prospects to ask you questions?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. To do that, you have to earn the right for them to ask you questions, and you do that by creating desire and painting pictures. Okay, so that's really what we're going to focus on this afternoon. And all our workshop and exercise will be focused on painting that picture, painting that compelling picture, so people are completely sold on what you're doing. You know, when you're training your downline, you can actually do little modular trainings with them. You can take one benefit out of the voucher and spend a whole hour back and forth with them, role-playing and painting pictures with it. And it's really easy to do that. And it breaks it up for you, so it's really simple stuff, you know. People are going to have doubts of what you're doing. Even though you bring them to this office, people still have doubts. So, you know, making sure that you do your own due diligence. Now, if you don't know what due diligence is, because that's a bit of a mouthful, a lot of people don't know what that is. I didn't know what that was many years ago. Due diligence is basically making sure that everything's correct for you before you get involved in something, so you don't make a huge mistake. That's what it is basically, right? Now, when you do a lot of corporate selling, you're going to get a lot of more people wanting to do due diligence on you. You know, companies ask us for audited accounts, testimonials from existing clients, God knows what. You know, banks especially are very, 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 very anal people.
I would agree.
You would agree, yes? So if you work for if you're trying to sell to a bank, expect to close it in about 8 months. That's normally the buying cycle, by the way. We're still working on banks that have been clients, well, prospects of ours for 3 years. You know, so I would suggest that you don't go for banks as your first target. You go for smaller companies, because when you've got a smaller company with, you know, 5 or 6 employees, the decision-making process is a lot faster. And the impact is a lot stronger, because you can see results like that very quickly. Okay? So it's about asking questions, about getting people involved. It's about building desire. It's about doing the checklist. It's about the business kit. Now, what is it about your personal brand that's important?
Your belief.
Well, your belief demonstrates your core values. Your belief demonstrates how you handle people. Your belief demonstrates how you follow through with people. Your belief demonstrates your character. Your actions demonstrate your character, how people see you. Right? And the way that you dress is very important. So do you like the way I'm dressing today, or do you prefer yesterday? Today. So that makes an emotional impact on people. It makes an emotional impact. When people see that you dress smart, they know that you mean business and are serious about what you're doing. You're professional about what you're doing. You know, when you smell good and you're clean, and you've changed your underpants once a week at least. But people can smell these things, you know. Yeah, people have a very keen sense of smell and taste. So when you've looked after, you know, personal grooming, isn't it? Grooming. You know, that makes a huge emotional impact on people. Because if they don't like the way you dress and they don't like the way you smell, they're not going to do business with you, definitely not. So your own personal brand demonstrates your character, your values. It demonstrates how you are as a personality. It demonstrates, you know, if you don't follow through with somebody, that is going to degrade your personal brand, isn't it? Yes. And then people are going to tell their friends about that. Well, you know, these Max Chain guys are good, but they don't follow through. So what happens then? You build a perception that's not professional, and that goes not just for you, but all the other people in Max Generation. Because there's one bad person, they're going to paint the same brush with that particular, you know, bad character trait. So you've really got to work as a team in making sure that you present your own personal brand in the best way that you can. You don't have to be you don't have to be a male model to do that. Yes. People want to know that you're going to be there for them in times of need. Yes or no? Yes. People need to know that you can help them when they need the help. When they are lost, you can hold their hand. Right? Now I know that sometimes when you recruit people, it's a pain in the bottom because you have to hold the hand a lot. Right? And they call you and ask silly questions. Like, what's your name? And what is Max Generation? Sorry, I forgot all about it. And you have to explain it all again to them. You know, and that sometimes, you know, sometimes you lose your patience, but you've got to control that. Because when you joined, you didn't know anything either. Right? Yes. So all these things come together to make a personal brand. And what happens is people take your brand with them in life and remember you for the last thing you did. The last thing you did, they remember the most. And if you're really good brand, they'll recommend you to other people. That's how you get referrals. Because that's how you create an authority. You know what you're talking about. You become an expert in what you're talking about. You know what your niche is. You're able to help them. And therefore, you can actually deliver something of value to them. Because personal brand also builds your value. And it builds value in what you're offering them. Because if you can tailor a campaign to a company which is more niche for them and suits them better, then you will get a better brand perception. Yes or no? Yes. It's very powerful, that. And they will use you again. You know, yesterday we had a client come in. The client is called Hoya Lenses. Anyone heard of them?
Yes.
Now, Hoya Lenses did a campaign with us last year. They bought 7,000 vouchers over a 6-month period. So they came in yesterday saying, we had a great campaign. We love what you did for us. We'd like to buy some different programs, and we'd like to order 5,000 vouchers, please. Wow. Okay? So when you've got a good brand and when you deliver something that is effective, people buy again. And they don't have to present to them again because they just come in and see you. They even came to our office to see us. Can you help us? We need this urgently. Not the other way around. Which it normally is, right? Yes. Right. So to build that client, you have to have a great brand and you have to follow through and be ultra professional in what you're doing. And that's becoming the expert. This is a comprehensive pitch. Do you know what that means? Yes. Right? It's comprehensive. It's the whole thing. It's not the abbreviated version. When you learn the whole thing, you'll be able to abbreviate in your own style.
Okay.
Right? You won't have to say long words if you don't understand them. You won't have to say long sentences if your customer doesn't understand them. You'll be able to abbreviate in your own style, own brand, own personality. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
But before you can do that, you have to learn the comprehensive version. Because sometimes you need to say things differently to a different customer. Sometimes you can miss things out. Sometimes you cannot do that. Sometimes you have to include something that you don't normally do because you've got maybe a customer who's a bit more pedantic. That means a bit more detailed, right? Because you meet customers that can be very analytical. And they will analyze every single word that you say and they will try and understand what it means to them. So sometimes you have to be more comprehensive in your presentation. So the best thing you can do is learn the comprehensive version first. It doesn't mean that you're going to be doing that pitch every single time. But if you know the manual, then you know which bits to take from it and use, correct or not?
Yes.
Okay? So we now have a special performance incentive fund. That means we're going to reward the people that give a special performance. Does that sound fair?
Yes.
Right? And the judge is the final answer. You can't negotiate for more money. Because I know some of you are going to try that. Mr. Paul Victor, give him a round of applause. And because he volunteered, we didn't force him, he gets 50 ringgit to start with.
How are you guys today?
Great. Fantastic.
Fantastic, great. Welcome to the Cash Rich Business Opportunity Preview. What are we going to share today?
What happened? You need to get into the right state.
Yep.
Right? We're going to talk about state changing today.
Okay, good morning everybody.
Good morning.
How are you all today?
Fantastic. Awesome.
I see some very lovely faces among the crowd. Some, yeah.
Only some?
Only some? Many. Whoops. Alright, we are here to learn about how to get into a company that's cash rich, that can make you cash rich in the next 1 or 2 years, right? And who are we going to get involved with? Well, basically Max Generation is an incentive marketing and service company established in 2006. We provide innovative incentive program that enables companies to maximize their sales. Excuse me, Marco. This is.
Yeah, this is the one we did yesterday, mate.
Same slide.
Same slide?
Yeah. It's not the old slide, okay?
No,
Yeah.
So the one you used mine yesterday was different.
Oh, okay.
Remember I came from the pub after my beautiful ice cold beer offer, and I said to you, have you got the new presentation, Paul? And you said to me,
Yeah.
yeah. Now that would be quite impossible because I know that you came nowhere near my notebook. And I'm the only one that has it in the world.
No, what I mean is current, not the new one. The current, the updated one.
Right.
Okay, we provide innovative incentive program that enable companies to maximize their sales and marketing campaigns to attract thousands of new customers. One incentive program is our 2000 vacation. The companies buy from us from 50 ringgit and offer their customers for free. Company went from zero turnover to an excess of 20 million plus within three years, and it's growing at a rate of 100% per year, and it's debt free. We have offices in China, Australia, Singapore, UK, and soon in India, Indonesia, and US. Our offices,
Affiliation.
our affiliation. Sorry.
I forgive you, Paul, because English is not you're not from England, so it doesn't matter about pronunciation.
Okay. Our affiliations include IATA, IATAN, ICE Gallery, and all major chambers of commerce. Okay, who is IATA? IATA is basically the International Association of Travel Agents. What they guarantee is whenever you're going for a holiday, and assuming that your hotel room get blown out from a volcano eruption, they get a same room, same standard as a replacement for you. So that's what they guarantees you. And the ICE Gallery is that people they are the largest cruise service providers, and we are proud to be associated with them. Moving on. Okay, who is the founder and CEO?
Okay, let's stop you there, Paul. Right now, does anyone know what he's doing wrong at the moment?
Did you follow the script?
No script.
No script. You're reading from a slide. You're boring me. I'm bored. I'm just about to fall asleep on the table. Right, what you're not doing is you're not asking any questions. You're just telling people facts. You're not giving any benefits. Right, and you're boring people. So you need to really change that now, because otherwise, if you don't change it, I'm going to lose interest.
Okay. All right. If you were to come into a company, what will be the criteria for you to? What is the criteria to join to invest in a company?
Must have a proven track record.
Right.
Commercials.
That's right. Okay. Perfect. In a sense.
And there must be credibility.
Okay.
Also about the CEO.
Must be unique.
Strong management team.
All right. Nice one.
ROI. The return on investments.
Return on investment.
Good product.
That's right.
It must be innovative,
Right.
creative company,
Okay.
and great earning capacity.
Right. Nice. Okay. Just to share a little bit on the founder.
Okay, now what you didn't do then is you didn't tie them down. Now can everyone see where, now Paul's quite experienced, so can everyone see where he's not taking advantage of the opportunities
Question.
presented to him?
Question.
Company just like that gave you a fantastic return on investment. So what you're doing now is you are
Guiding.
re-saying what they've said to you. You're paraphrasing them. And therefore that helps to build rapport, because it shows that you actually listen to what they said to you. Now, are people interested in listening to you? I mean, are people interested in knowing what that you're listening to them?
Yes, of course.
So you've just proved that you've just listened to them by paraphrasing them. So yes, you need a great return on investment, I agree with that. You need to be involved with a great CEO. You need to be involved with a debt-free company. If you could do that today, that would be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Get it? Carry on, my friends.
All right, who's the founder and CEO of Next Generation? Next Generation is founded by Marco Robinson. He's an award-winning entrepreneur, best-selling author, #1 best-selling author. Have written 2 books. The first edition is Know When to Close the Deal and Suddenly Go Rich, and the second edition is Close the Deal and Suddenly Go Rich, which will be
now,
#1 soon.
Point, it's always really very good in your business kit, your do kit, to show the book at that point, the tangible book at that point. In fact, just give them it to hold for a while, because what does that do? It builds tangible, emotional contact. Because when they take something from you, they're actually buying from you, psychologically. Okay.
Record sales holder. Would you like to get involved with someone who's a world record holder?
Yes.
In a total of $1 billion sales in his career, in his track record?
Yes.
Self-made millionaire?
Yes.
Okay, if you want to be a millionaire, who would you learn from?
Someone who's successful has already done it.
Who is done the most already meaning the true thing? Someone that achieved what we have already.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
It would, wouldn't it? And a genuinely nice guy. Okay?
And
Marcos?
what you could do, you see, if you've got hotspots along the way, you can actually focus on a hotspot.
Yeah.
So they're saying that they're interested in the world record sales holder bit. So what you could say is maybe ask a question. Say, how would you feel your results would be if you were involved with a world record holder? Would that help your results or not? So you,
Yes.
you can actually, change a question along the way.
Okay. Nice. Imagine Steve Jobs comes to you and mentor you one-to-one. Is it possible? No way, right?
I don't think so.
If we can do something for you like that with Marco, would that be great?
Yeah.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Just psychologically, how you know what it is. When you ask them what companies are similar, when you start saying Apple and AirAsia, that really builds the value of Max Generation up in the beginning. Psychologically, they're building the perception up in their own mind that this is a great company. So you're getting them excited about it.
The bestseller from the previous is a bestseller. Close the deal and suddenly grow rich. Who wants to close the deal and suddenly be rich here? Wow. Yes. How do I coin anything?
How do you what?
Do I probe further on
I don't think
that?
you need to do any more. Yeah.
Okay, here are a few of the many customers, satisfied customers who are continually reordering. Okay. Would you agree?
This is a very important slide.
Yes. Would you agree? Companies like Citibank or Proton, for instance, when they want to do business with you, they will do a due diligence check, a very detailed due diligence check on the companies itself.
Yes.
Yeah, because they are very concerned of their reputation rather than their suppliers. So they want to make sure that you don't get ripped. You don't rip their customers off. So what they did is they done a thorough check on Max Generation. Very happy with it, and they have ordered about 10,000 vouchers for their mortgage. Mortgage.
So now we have seen, Paul, right? You've got a new presentation, but that's actually an old slide.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm trying to get the script in.
So you need to become more of an expert in what you're doing, yes or no?
Yes.
Right, so would you agree you need to role play a lot more, yes or no?
Yes.
How many times did you role play last night?
1.5.
1.5? So does that cut it?
Yeah. No.
Did anyone role play more times than 1.5 times?
Yes. Many more times.
Okay, so we'll finish on that, Paul, for now. Give him a round of applause to get him Okay, now take control of your audience.
Start from the beginning,
Start
right?
from the beginning.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good to all. Okay. Okay, you're here because you're here because you want to listen to how to make money, cash rich business opportunity preview, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, we are going to, so Max Generation is the company you're going to get involved with today. So Max Generation is established in 2006 and is now open in 5 countries, including China, Singapore, Australia, and also the UK. And we are debt-free, and also Max Generation already make 20,000 profit in 3 years time. Sorry. I forgot. What did I say?
How did we do that?
How much did I say?
20 million. Put the words up to remind you.
20 million in 3 years time.
20 million. 20 million.
Yes, 20 million, yeah. Okay.
So how many times did you role play this?
This one, not so many times.
Oh,
This one only one time.
So what slides did you actually role play?
Slide 10.
Can I just clarify what's going on? Do you normally have an assistant to do the first 9 slides for you? Or?
Yes. Here with the group and also at home with my husband. Okay. So,
Do we go to slide 10?
Do we go to slide 10? You want to go to slide?
No.
No, continue.
Do bear in mind that we are here to learn today.
Still laughing.
Sorry?
They are still laughing.
It's okay. Take control. Tell them to stop laughing.
All right. I continue.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let's give her another round of applause. Come on.
Okay. Our CEO is Marco Robinson. He's the founder of. He's the founder of. He's the. Okay. Sorry, I got this. Our CEO is Marco Robinson. He's the founder of our company, Max Generation. He's an award-winning entrepreneur. He's a best-selling author. He's #1 best-selling author, millionaire property investor, world record sales holder, self-made millionaire, and he's genuinely nice guy.
What questions can you ask now to get them involved?
Okay. what companies that you think you want to join that are really debt-free and coached by the top leader like Marco Robinson?
Max Generation.
Max Generation. Yeah. Okay, good.
Apple.
I can't continue this because we're not going to go anywhere today.
Okay, sorry, Marco.
We'll bring you back for slide 10.
Okay.
Okay?
Hello, everybody. Good morning. How are you feeling today?
Good morning.
It's beautiful, right? A beautiful morning. Okay, so welcome to Max Generation. So actually, we're going to present to you the Cash Rich Business Opportunity Preview. And you know what is that about?
No.
Well, it's actually explains that Cash Rich Business Opportunity. So that's the reason why you're here today. Correct me if I'm not wrong. Is that correct? Yes, that's right, isn't it? So, by the way, this morning here, you would be getting involved with a Max Generation company. We started out in 2006 and is now open in 5 countries, including China, Australia, UK in May, and also in Singapore. Right? We are a fast-growing company, debt-free. We started out zero capital with no cost investment, and we turned into a $20 million self-generated within 36 months. Wow. How great is that? Yeah. Amazing, right? Okay, give me an applause. So anyways, we do have affiliations with IATA. IATA and Ice Gallery is basically all this travel-related affiliated companies which actually assist us and also to source us for all these services. Okay, Miss, anything else?
Question.
Question.
Think of the question.
So wouldn't it be a great thing to be actually attached with a fast-growing company, okay, a company which has grown tremendously during the last recession, or would you want to get involved with a company which is downsizing and shrinking?
We don't like shrinking, do we?
Yeah. Right? I don't know where you're coming from, Marco, but what I was referring to the company. Okay, the situation is not too good. It's recession time, so many people are actually losing jobs, right? Yeah. So, anyways, then let's figure this out. Wouldn't you want to leverage on for the fast growing, the latest trend, the biggest trend in the world, right? Yes, definitely. Okay. So, who is this Max Generation? The CEO and founder is Marco Robinson. He is an award-winning entrepreneur, #1 best-selling author. He is a multi-millionaire property investor.
Yeah.
Why don't you put multi-millionaire here?
You can put multi if you want, darling.
Okay, multi-millionaire property investor. He is a world record sales holder. So you can imagine if you can leverage this kind of skill set from a CEO and be directly coached by him, wouldn't you want to be involved in such a company?
Yes.
You would, right?
Yes.
He is actually a self-made millionaire. And I don't know why that slide is in, but he seems to be a nice guy.
Fast growing.
Tremendously. So what company do you know of that have top leaders and always stay top of the game? Name me a few. Any top CEOs? Pardon?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. That's good. Another one?
Alan Flora.
Alan Flora. I've never heard of that. Only check it out. Okay?
Manchester United.
#1 in garbage.
Yeah. So if you notice that all top companies will have top sales leaders to actually continually grow their customer base and also to stay ahead of competition. Correct? So, wouldn't you want to be attached with a company which will attach and strengthen their brand?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So this is Marco when he was much younger. I would date him when he was younger. Yeah, when he was younger, but yeah. So actually he has come up with his latest book called Close the Deal and Suddenly Grow Rich, which is the second edition.
But this is rich already.
Yeah, so anyways, these are a few of our many satisfied clients who are continually reordering our incentive program. Okay, how do you like if you have clients like BMW, Citibank, IKEA, LG, who keeps on continually reordering our vacation programs, right? And what makes you think that we are able to do so if we can continually satisfy their customers? So it must be something good about Max Generation, right?
Yes.
Right? Something fantastic which we are doing. Right? It is fantastic, right?
Right, just a little tip for you now. You're doing too many closing questions. Too many closing questions. You need to ask a few more open-net questions. So try and go backwards and ask open questions about that. Like what you could say, for example, is why you think companies like this get involved with Max Generation.
Okay. So what makes you think like companies like this, which is really established in the world, would want to get involved in Max Generation? So there must be something that makes... Okay.
I'm really glad you did that, because we're just going to learn, everyone's going to learn a very, very, very important thing right now. When you ask an open-ended question and you don't get a response, do not answer the question for them. Because as soon as you do that, Lisa, you will lose control. Right? And they will not be involved anymore because they think they're in control. If they do not answer the question, what do you do? Ask the same question again.
Okay. Okay. So, what makes this company different?
That's not the same question.
Okay.
And if you change the question, it also means that you're letting them take control of you. It means you're weak. Does everyone see that psychologically, yeah?
Yes.
Right. So
Okay.
you really have to repeat the same question.
Oh, I need to repeat the same questions again. Okay, so what makes you think that these companies would actually get involved with Max Generation? Anyone? No. Who said that? Pardon?
They would like to boost their sales.
Yes? Okay, that's a good one.
I think we must be, Max Generation must be good.
Yes, correct. You're correct. Because majority of these clients here would have a repeat order of continually...
Too many facts.
Too many facts.
Too many facts, too much telling. Okay. Right. Now, this is really good because we're learning a lot from this particular extraction discussion. When you ask a question, you get a response, right?
Yeah.
Right. Now, the response you're getting is really good because they're telling themselves the benefits. Right? This question, you have to ask them and wait for their response. He said increased sales, Max Generation must be good. That's what you need people to say to themselves. You don't need to say it to them. Do you understand that? Because what happens when they tell themselves the benefits? What happens to the belief level? Does anyone remember the skill technique for doing that? Yes, correct. Well done. Well done. Do you know the components of tell, show, say? The three components of tell, show, say. Well, actually, how you do it? How do you do tell, show, say?
Tell is with fact.
Yeah.
Under tell, benefit is under show.
You show the proof of the fact, right? And then you close them on the fact, and you get them to tell you the fact. All right?
Okay. Okay. Right on.
Right on!
Right on. Okay, let's roll. So anyway, okay, so I repeat again. So what makes you think this company would be interested to be attached with a company like Max Generation?
They would like to boost their sales.
Okay.
Max Gen, I suppose it must be a good company.
Okay. So let me tell you that these companies would come back to Max Generation simply because Max Generation can deliver to satisfy the customer's expectation.
Too many facts. Too many facts.
Okay,
What does the script say?
Is it? I can't remember the script. What does the script say? Oh yeah. And in fact, this company actually would have repeat orders with us simply because we can meet their customers' expectations for the vacation services year in, year out.
No, that's a fact. It's not a question. That's not in the script.
Would you agree? Would you agree with me?
Do you think these clients would keep reordering if we could not fulfill their customers' vacation requests?
No.
No.
Why not?
Why
Open
not?
question.
Okay.
Why not?
Jeopardize that brand.
How would it jeopardise the brand? Now that's not in the script, that part, but I'm now opening it up a little bit more. Because she's obviously very corporate. Because he's talking corporate talk. Jeopardise brand is very corporate language. Right? Go ahead.
When we gave the free gift, if they could not fulfill the order, then reflect very bad on the company who is actually giving the incentive. So it will jeopardize the brand.
Does everybody understand what she just said then?
Yeah.
Right? It would reflect badly on their company. It wouldn't reflect badly on Max Generation. It would reflect badly on the brand that's delivering the voucher, yes or no?
Yes.
Right? So do you think those companies would spend millions of dollars if we couldn't deliver the product to their customers?
No.
Then you can do a trial close. Can you see why so many companies like this are getting involved with Max Generation?
Yes.
Why do you think they're getting involved so quickly? Right, another open question. That's what you want him to say. Increase the sales. The more he says, the more it's going to be sold.
Would be able to do that with Max Generation? Do you have at least some of the skill sets here? Maybe? Definitely? Well, you don't have to be extremely good looking.
Right. You
That's
have
just
to
a teaser.
close them on the slide, Lisa. You're not closed them. You've left it open. Right, so instead of doing that, what does it say on the script? Dalton, what does it say on the script?
Next one.
All we are looking for.
All you're looking for is the people desire to earn lots of money. Do you want to earn lots of money or not?
Yes.
Right. People who can make 6 hours a week of time. Now, how many hours in a week are there? 7 times 24 is? 168 hours, right? So do you think you could commit 168 hours to make lots of money?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're looking for people who want to go the extra mile and are prepared to work a little bit for a couple of years to be financially independent, instead of working 40 years to try and be financially independent. What would you rather do? Work 2 years or work 40 years?
Definitely for 2 years.
Right, so I'm closing you whenever you want.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
But
Get
that's
it?
not in the script.
Well, you can add to it.
Okay. Okay.
The benefit of being here is life is not a script.
Well, you just said it was a script.
It is a script, but then it's also spontaneous.
Okay.
So you're getting added value today because I'm sharing with you extra things that you can talk about and close people about.
Hence, you said that along the way we would be writing the script.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
All right? Yes, you do, because nobody knows what... How many people really know what inflation is?
I don't know how to describe it.
Have you ever done a survey of how many people actually know what inflation means? I've done a survey, and you know what? Less than 0.2% knew what it meant.
Yeah, that's why I can't...
So you need to share some information. And when you share information, when you share facts with people, you're actually giving them value. Because you're educating as well. That's cool, isn't it?
Yes.
You're actually educating while you're presenting. That's really sexy when you can do that. Sarah is entertaining as well.
Why not sexy enough? Because I can't explain.
Yes, you can. What's inflation? Cost of living.
Okay, the cost of living.
That's it. Simple. That's what it is.
Okay.
So EPF you get 3%, inflation's 5%, then you've got minus 2%.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Not good.
Your pension is giving you a minus 2% return. You say it. You say it.
I see it.
In your style.
In my style. So what is inflation?
No, cost of living.
You've already answered. So how much is it? What do you think? If you factor into inflation? No?
1%.
Is that the negative?
Yes.
Yeah. So actually the return is really, really low to the point that it's a bad investment.
And to really rub it into them and say, how do you feel working 8 hours a day with a minus 2% on your investments?
No? But you think about it? That's good because you're here today.
Now the reason you're spending time on these slides is you are positioning yourself. You are positioning yourself as an expert. You're positioning yourself as an authority on money. You're positioning yourself as an expert on financial independent vehicles. Because when you ask anyone what's your plan for financial independence, unless you get someone who's really cocky, I'm not going to tell you my plan, that's a secret, that's what we normally say, right? But so what, who cares, piss off. We're not interested in people like that. We're interested in people who want to change, right?
Yes.
Right. So, you're positioning yourself, when you can master these particular 3 slides, you will have a far better response from your target market.
Okay.
Right?
Which I have not done so.
Does everybody understand that, yes or no?
Yes.
Because you have to get people to agree that, oh my God, if you don't change, you better... It builds the urgency, believe it or not, those 3 slides, if you ask me any slides that are able to close people into this business, those are the 3 slides.
Yes.
Because they bring the decision of changing from the bottom of the pile to the top. Holy cow, I better do something, because these are pain trigger slides. Psychologically, they're pain trigger slides. This presentation's been put together very carefully. Very, very carefully in order to get a certain response. Okay? But when you can execute and deliver that, it's very powerful indeed.
Okay.
And even if you don't close them on the day, sometimes, whatever you do, they won't buy from you on the day. They'll always think about that. And it's great leverage for you to go back to them with. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And in fact, the Federal Reserve is printing trillions of dollars, at least in the tune of 2.3 trillion, in order to inject cash into the share market. And it's so, it's what was it, crack cocaine addiction?
If you're gonna deliver something, the best way to learn it is by doing it and making mistakes while you do it.
Yeah, I know.
Right, so do it. If you make mistakes, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Good.
I just want to do. I just want to do it. That's why, you call me out. Yeah. Okay.
That's very sexy.
Okay. So anyway, isn't it a pity that the Federal Reserve is printing cash in order to revive the stock market?
Yes.
And how more can they last that long? Yeah, I can't continue, right? Yeah. So, in fact, the governments are now...
expand it. If you really love those, I love those. Really, they're my favourite slides. I love them because they're very powerful. And why is the Federal Reserve pumping money into the stock market? Really, why? Well, really, it's because that nobody was educated on how to invest in the stock market. So if they spent the same money educating people to invest their money appropriately and use the markets appropriately, there wouldn't be a recession like there is now. Agree or not agree?
Yes.
Right? Can you see why the government is doing all these things that are not proactive, they're reactive? But that doesn't help you as an investor or as an employee, because everything the government sets up as a system doesn't serve you. It does not serve you financially. So the only person that's going to serve you is who?
Yourself.
Yourself. Yourself. So actually what you're doing with this presentation, you are empowering people. And that's powerful, because you're empowering people to take control of their financial destiny. Even if they don't join Max Generation, they'll remember you for that. And that resonates. That resonates. a long way, you know. You understand psychology of this?
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Can you see you're going to get more money the more presentations that you do?
Yes.
Yes. That's the answer, guys, and that's why we're spending so much bloody time on doing this correctly. Okay? Let's have another volunteer.
All right. Good morning, everybody. It's still morning. Yeah. How are you all today? Good. Great. Welcome to the Cash Rich Business Opportunity Preview. And to start, of course, we would like to find out what company you could be getting involved with today. Max Generation is a Malaysian company started in 2006 and now open in 5 countries, including Singapore, China, Australia, and UK starting May. We are growing fast, we are debt-free, and we turn from a $0 start with no capital investment to a 20 million within 36 months. Isn't that great? Yeah. That's some of our affiliates, because you will find out later what the company does, but we have all those big names to support the company. So how do you feel to be affiliated with those big companies? Great? Yes. Yeah, I agree. Great. And of course, we would like to find out who is the founder of the company. The founder of the company is Marco Robinson, an award-winning entrepreneur, #1 best-selling author, multi-millionaire property investor, tremendous success in his own right. How would you feel if you could be coached by the founder of the company himself? Great, isn't that? Yes. Yeah. I have experienced that, and it's really a benefit for myself, a privilege for me as well. And yes, I can vouch for that. He's genuinely a nice guy. So, would you agree with me that most of the top-selling companies would always have the top leaders who always grow and always stay ahead of the competition? Yes. Correct? Yes. Yeah, right. What companies do you know at the moment, or what companies that can you mention that have similar success stories, still winning new customers and strengthening their brand? Apple. Apple. Not orange, are you sure? Not orange? All right. Okay. Apple, right? Right. What else? Microsoft. Right. Great. I agree with that. Yes. These are a few of the companies that now our established clients. They keep on reordering the vacation incentives from our company. And do you think that the likes of these companies like IKEA, BMW, Citibank would continue reorder the programs, the products from us if we cannot fulfill the demands of their clients? No. Yeah. What would happen if the Max Generation couldn't fulfill the demands of the customers? Yes, that's right. Yeah, it will affect their brands. So in that case, would you agree with me that Max Generation must be a very good company to be able to continue to fulfill the demands of the customers year in, year out? Would you agree with me? Yes. Can I finish?
Can you finish?
Yes.
Or you don't know the rest?
I'm not very familiar with this.
I'll give you a 50 ringgit spiff for you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So today, before I start, I'd like to let you all know something. I'm going to show you all a cash-rich business opportunity. At the end of the day, after showing you everything, and if it's affordable for y'all, and it's suitable for y'all because it's not suitable for everyone, I'll be asking you to make a decision today. Alright? So first thing, when we start, I'm sure you all want to know who you could be getting involved with today. You will be getting involved with Max Generation, who's been established since 2006, and we've already been open in 5 different countries: China, Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, and also the UK in March. We started from a zero capital and have taken it up in 36 months to $20 million turnover. Wouldn't it be great to know that you can be associated to this company, which has started from zero in the last recession and has gone up to $20 million turnover?
Yes.
Thank you. It would be good, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Right? Our CEO is Marco Robinson. He's a white man, so don't be alarmed. He's also a founder who came up with this brilliant idea, who is also an award-winning entrepreneur, the #1 best-selling author 6 months in a row in MPHN Borders in Asia, a millionaire property investor who owns more than $10 million worth of property in Malaysia, US, UK, and England, and Australia, sorry. And also a self-made millionaire who started from zero and worked his way up from scratch. He is also genuinely a nice guy. Yeah. I can really vouch for that. Okay, in any company in the world today, to be a top company, you'll all need to have top leaders who actually take the company from being nothing and establishing a great brand name and staying ahead of the competition. Would you all agree with that or not?
Yes.
Would you all be able to give me a few examples of companies such as that?
Yes. Microsoft, Steve Jobs.
Thank you. This is Marco Robinson, the white man.
Good job you're not in England right now.
And this is his #1 best-selling 2nd edition book, Close the Deal and Suddenly Grow Rich. This is how it actually looks like. You guys can have a look at it. And these are some of our satisfied clients that actually have been reordering from us. Alright? We have the likes of BMW, IKEA, Sears, Citibank, even BSN. Alright? Who have already been reordering and buying. And all of these deals have actually been brought in by our agents, who have actually earned a lot of commission on it. What would you think of when companies with such brand names as BMW and Citibank, Sing Heng, purchase from us continuously to service their clients? What does that say to our company? About our company, sorry.
Must be good.
Exactly, it must be really good.
Wasn't it? Couldn't I? Wasn't it? Shouldn't it? Couldn't it?
Must be good, mustn't it?
Now what you could do, mate, is you could ask a few more open questions.
Alright.
So what you could say there is, why do you think people like that buy from Max Generation? Why do they spend millions of dollars? Because you're doing a little bit too much closing, not enough opening right now.
So why do you think companies such as this would be buying from us continuously? So it must be comforting to know that could be getting involved with a company with a proven track record and is trusted by big names.
Yeah. Yes.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So this is who can actually join this business. Virtually anyone can do it. School leavers, we have one here right now. Business owners can also do it, because with our program we can actually help increase their business and satisfy their clients and customers. Housewives can do it. Any housewives in the house today?
Yes.
Alright. Isn't it comforting to know that my mother, who used to be a housewife for 25 years, joined this business and in 2 years bought a BMW? Isn't that good? Good, isn't it? Doctors, nurses also can do it.
Open question. Open question.
Sorry.
No, sorry, don't apologise, all right. You don't have to apologise to me, because I'm a white man. Don't apologise, Dinesh. Right? Just change what you're doing slightly. You are doing a fantastic... Your pitch is good. Your pitch is good. It's too fast. You need to break it up with some open questions. Build more rapport with your people. You're not building enough rapport yet. Even your mother's like that. Right?
Isn't it comforting to know?
No, that's a closed question. Who, why, what, where, when, how? How can you make it more emotional? If you're presenting to a housewife and you've just shared with her that your mum's done really well, what could you say to get her in touch with her emotions more? How would you feel?
How would you feel if I told you that my mother, who's been a housewife for the past 25 years, joined this business when she was dead broke, and in 2 years purchased a BMW?
That's better, but how could you direct the question at the housewife you're presenting to?
How would you feel if that was you?
How do you feel cleaning the house, washing the pots and the pans? What does your mum say? Wash the pots and the pans all the time, looking after the kids all the time, and the kids have left home. What have you got left? Nothing. Right? So how would you feel if you could join a new business, buy yourself a brand new BMW within 24 months? Can you see the difference in asking the question? So what I've done is I've used tonality. What we're going to do this afternoon is we're going to talk about tonality and body language. All right, which we haven't really touched on yet. So tonality is what did I do with my voice when I asked that question?
You brought it down.
I softened my voice because I'm talking to a woman. Your voice is an instrument, right? 40% of the power of the voice attributes to the dollar in the pocket. 40% of what you do is down to your voice quality. Your voice quality. Right? 50% is down to the body language. And what you're doing with your body language is you kind of like this. And you need to lay back. Did anyone notice this at all or not?
Yes.
Right? The cameraman's going like that. Okay? So, you like this? Would you agree? Would you agree? When you could be sat back
and waiting for it.
and waiting, and that's when you've got more power. Because I know you're desperate to make money and desperate to be successful, and you will do it, no problem at all. You're already starting to do that now. But if you can learn to do that and take a more of a posture, you're going to make a lot more money. Because sometimes, talking in front of everyone here, if you like that too much, you piss people off sometimes, although you don't know you're doing it. So you've got to just lay back a bit and be more confident and relaxed. I made the same mistake when I started.
Okay,
I did exactly what you did. But when I laid back more, it was so different. And I actually used less energy. Does everyone get what I just said to Dinesh?
Yes.
Would you agree, Rita?
Yes.
So now you've got your mother's validation. Would you agree, girlfriend? Now you've got girlfriend's validation. Would you agree, Dalton?
Yes.
Now you've got school leavers validation. So think about changing your posture. Be conscious of your posture.
Okay.
See? Is that better or not?
Yes.
Right.
Even doctors and nurses can do
Posture.
it. Even doctors and nurses can do it. Is that better?
That's better.
Some of our best agents are doctors actually. They use it to also they use the incentives also to help with their business, to give extra satisfaction to their customers and patients. I mean patients. Teachers can do it. Ex-agents, people who've joined MLMs, insurance agents, real estate agents.
Voice, soften it a little bit.
Real estate agents. a small percentage of our agents are actual real estate agents part-time also, who also use it to
Is
help.
that better or not? Do you like this approach or the one before?
This is better.
Thank you. to help improve their sales when closing customers to buy property. Retirees can also do it because this is a good way to spend their after working life, to earn money with the freedom to do it as and when they want. This is what we are looking for. How many of you here have a desire to earn a lot of money? I'm sure you all.
That posture has gotten you subconsciously a better response.
Yes.
More people want to be involved with you now because all he did was moved your head back 2 inches.
Can I go and
softened your voice about 10%. Just imagine the power of body language and voice quality. It's unbelievable. It's amazing, mate. Did you feel a different response then?
Yes. That's good. That's what we need for yourself to earn and achieve your dreams. You must have an entrepreneurial spirit. You must throw that employee mindset out the window. Right?
Now, what you can do is ask a question there, because now you're telling too many facts. Right? So, how would you ask a question for you to be able to close them on these 2 things here? So try and close them on a benefit.
Would you prefer to work 48 hours a week or 6 hours a week? Sorry, too loud.
6.
Yeah.
6, not 48.
6 hours a week or
168.
168 hours a week.
6 hours.
6 hours would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, good question, right?
Yes.
Great trial close. So how could you make it more powerful now?
It would, wouldn't it?
Open or psych-open question is what you need to do right now.
How would y'all feel knowing on Monday morning you only had to work 6 hours this week and the rest of the week you can spend with your family, take a holiday, or even just laze around and watch the TV the whole day?
Tell us more.
That's what I'm going to do. It would be great and fantastic, wouldn't it?
Yes.
It would, wouldn't it? I'm not so sure how I can close on the entrepreneurial spirit though.
It's alright, you don't need to, carry on.
Okay.
I think you can stop there, mate.
Alright.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm going to give you 50 ringgit. Now, the reason I'm giving you this money is not because you were the best at doing the slides, but because you were willing to change your approach. Alright? I haven't finished talking yet.
Don't take out the money, it's distracting.
Because the people who are willing to change the people who are willing to change the fastest are the people that learn the fastest. So give them a round of applause for that.
Thank you. Thank you.